Like for us to get on gyms, Stephen, who's our franchisor, he doesn't just choose anyone.
I hope he wouldn't.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't just choose anyone. He set us through a extensive interview just to have us on board with him as well. Like, yeah, he's picking and choosing his guys quite carefully. So he wants to develop a really good team. So credit to him as well.
Very important as well because we're all essentially the face of gyms in the bathroom renovation sector.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the Gyms podcast. We've got some more fellas from the Gyms Bathrooms division, which is kicking a lot of goals. So we've got Sam and we've got Alex, who are franchisees in Gyms Bathrooms and Resurfacing in Rowville. And you've been going only since June, so it's great to be able to have you on so early after just 2 months in business, which I think's going to be a really good one because the training's fresh in your mind and doesn't marry up with expectations and things like that. But let's first start off with, how did you guys first of all get involved in Gyms Bathrooms? And you want to tell us a little bit about yourself individually, your experience?
Okay, I'll tell. I know how we looked for it. So we're looking at marketing options. We were already in the industry of doing bathrooms prior, so we've got a lot of experience before coming on board with gyms. And we're looking at ways to, I guess, expand, do better, grow. And looking through the marketing agencies, one of the things that I liked about the gyms brand was it's a brand. So it's not just a company that's branding your company; it's a well-known brand. So it's something that people are familiar with. And so that's why we chose to come on board with gyms. And to be honest with you, after the results that we've been having recently, very happy with the fact that we chose that.
It's a great way to look at it because you've looked at it not just as I'm going to come from a completely unrelated field to this. You're already doing the business and then you're looking at marketing options and you thought, well, rather than paying an agency to do Google ads and SEO and all that costs, we can just basically shortcut that whole process, leverage the gyms brand for a less probably fee than what you're going to pay in a marketing agency. And you get all the benefits as well. Cool. Very smart.
Absolutely. Exactly the way we do it. Yeah.
Cool. Very, very smart. What about yourself, Alex? You told me a little bit off camera about your history, but what about what were you doing prior to this as well?
Yeah, prior to this, I've always grown up in business, as I mentioned earlier, business since I was pretty much a toddler. I've done lots of things along the way, but I've stuck through construction as one of my favorites. I love the industry. It does come with its challenges, but it's good jumping on board with gyms. I believe, like Sam has mentioned, sort of we're a bit surprised with the lead generation that it's brought forward. But then again, he's gyms. Gyms does everything. A good reputation. I suppose that's why clients have the trust in the brand, which is good for us. And especially when you've got builders that have the experience behind them prior to this, it's good for us and good for Jim as well.
How long have you been doing your business together as a partnership before coming to gyms?
Yeah, we've been doing it for a couple of years. I've actually originated as a tiler when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So I'm 35 now, so I'm not far off 20 years in the construction industry. So yeah, bathrooms has been my forte since I was a little boy. So yeah, I haven't really ventured out. If I'm not an expert at them by now, then there's a problem.
Well, the reason why I like to mention that is because sometimes people just think, it's the gyms guy just leaving the corporate job and all of a sudden they're doing bathrooms, but it's not the case. 40 years of experience between you both doing this type of stuff. And that's the great thing that people need to know is you're getting a team with 40 years of experience with them doing this sort of stuff. So how's the franchise then been overall? Because you've been independent, right? It's a bit different coming into a franchise. Like there's some rules and all that sort of stuff. So how's that been for you coming from running your own show to doing the gyms franchise?
Look, so Alex is running operations. So operations is run by Alex. So Alex is the guy that you'll meet on the job. He goes crosses all his T's and dots all his I's and makes sure that the job runs smooth. Combined with myself, obviously with my expertise in the industry, there's going to be some questions for me being a part of the business. But I've been on the front line with the clients. So meeting the clients, selling the bathrooms to them or the renovations in general to them. And to be honest with you, it's not much different, although Gyms' customer service requirements with the franchise is great. Like, it keeps us honest. So we have to get back to our clients real promptly. And it's just, I think on Jim's behalf, like the man himself has created a business that is really catered to their customers. So, mate, great. And people sometimes get this notion that, okay, so you're with gyms. Are you on charging these big fees to us? Are you making these bathrooms cost more? The answer is no. Like, you guys, Gyms franchise is a really affordable platform. So for the sake of the lead price, which is extremely cheap, I can assure the clients that they're not getting charged more because they're a Gyms bathroom client.
That's a great point as well. And I think, how do you then, and the work guarantee, is that something you guys use in your marketing? Because I think the Gyms Group work guarantee we have, I think, would be a massive thing for your division with clients and being rest assured. Is that something that they don't know about or that you integrate with your marketing? Or
So to be honest with you, like when it comes to the work guarantee, you've got, I say, us as builders have our warranties, is what you're talking about, Joel?
Yeah, well, I'm just sort of thinking because you have warranty insurance and all that sort of things as well. But there's another thing which we have the Gyms Group work guarantee beyond that, which we have where Jim will literally cover anything that goes wrong, just to give extra customers peace of mind.
Exactly right. Yeah, I actually have mentioned that to a client. So a client was talking about, okay, obviously we go up against other builders.
Yes.
That do bathroom renovations. They're not a part of a franchise and things like that. And I do explain to them that with gyms, we have requirements. We have to have all our insurances in place. Then every job, we have to have our DBIs, anything above $16,000. Plus, you've got the backing of a business that is massive, a corporation. The gym's warranty behind us pretty much makes sure that we're honest and we're going to do everything right. And if we don't, you've got another form of backup.
Yeah, there's why I was asking, because I want to point that out for people to make it clear, because I don't think enough people know about that. Because if they're looking at you and two independent builders, yes, they might have the same insurances as you, but they don't have that. If something does happen, they don't have that backing, which is going to support the client. Whereas you guys, you're not going to do anything wrong. But if something ever happens with any franchisee in gyms, there is that unlimited work guarantee available to customers, which I think is important for them to know.
Yeah, and I think you guys, like for us to get on gyms, Stephen, who's our franchisor, he doesn't just choose anyone.
I hope he wouldn't.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't just choose anyone. Me either. He set us through a extensive interview just to have us on board with him as well. Like, yeah, he's picking and choosing his guys quite carefully. So he wants to develop a really good team. So credit to him as well.
Very important as well, because we're all essentially the face of gyms in the bathroom renovation sector.
Yeah.
So it is, when we went through that process, like Sam said, I was very happy to know that we've got other builders that are equally as capable, or if not better. I don't know about better. We're probably the best in the industry, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But, that there's a good team through the selection process, which is awesome because, like I said at the beginning, we're representing gyms, and I make that clear with the workers to ensure with co-workers, clients, that, we're all part of the representation of gyms. So it's good. The process was really good. It is, yeah.
That's great to get. How's the support from Steve been overall?
Fantastic. Very good. Every time, even if he can't answer, he quickly checks messages me. You're okay? Is it very deep? Like, he's real calm. He's good.
Yeah, he is. I've used Steve a lot for we do our Space Invaders show in Sydney, and the bathrooms guys are fantastic. And even if they didn't have someone available, he made them available. And he was great. So he's been great to us. I was going to say as well then, let's talk about more client stuff. So literally behind you, your backdrop is of a recent job. It looks fantastic. So what are some common things that you get asked by customers that you think they should know, or what are some common frequently asked questions from people?
Oh, look, I have the open shower discussion, things like that. Just as builders, we've got to inform them of the legal requirements, things like that.
Can you elaborate on that, please?
There's many different types of bathroom scenarios where you can have either open, so that's in the building construction industry. If the floor is open, we need an additional drain. It needs to be adequate fall to the main floor as well as the shower floor. Lighting, the power, plumbing requirements are all done by us and checked by us, as well as I know that us in the row. So we're part of the Roval branch. When we do our quotes, we actually most of the time send out a free 3D diagram. And that actually helps with client being able to visualize the bathroom as well. So the quotes are very detailed and they're very explanatory, as well as giving people that 3D visual. Because although we've been doing bathrooms for a long time, not everyone is doing bathrooms. And especially our clients that are calling us, they're calling us for our expertise. So having that 3D visual from our division given to the client, and as well, Stevens offered that to us through Tileworks. So Tileworks, a partner with National Tiles, and National Tiles give us as gyms some great deals that we get to pass on to the clients as well. So we've been finding those tools really useful.
No, and I've seen that with Steve. You've done a promotional video with this box thing or something, and I've seen that one. That's really cool. And from your perspective, then, Alex, what are some common things that come up from customers, or some things that you think people should know?
Generally, the clients are pretty easy going, I find, with gyms, because they're just, there's so much trust involved with gyms. And that's what I love, is that they know, I mean, especially that we know we come from our background, but with the experience, but it's just, they've got that trust initially with gyms. So when you've got us two going out on site and you've got Sam here dealing with a quotation, he knows what's going on. He understands from start to finish what's going on. He explains it all to the customer. It becomes a very flow for me to deal with the operations, where it's just the nitty gritty things like placement of LED lights. Generally, I do everything in the way that I believe, and Sam does too, to make it all symmetrical, and we don't do jagged lights anywhere or locations, layout like that.
Our expertise, yeah.
But yeah, generally it's really good. Like all the. I mean, I had a client today, for example, just in regarding a change, because of regulations regarding a masonry bathroom that we're dealing with, and we just had to make some alterations with the bathtub. Spoke to the client. Client said, whatever needs to be done, just do it, please. So that's just like music to my ears.
Yeah, there's best type of clients. But not to say that everyone's going to be like that, because, you know, there's going to be some people that are more, I guess, emotionally driven into their bathrooms, because we are creating a space that they invest a lot of money into, because a bathroom's not, you know, a $200 job. It's substantially more than that. You know, for them to be emotionally invested in it is still understandable as well. You know what I mean?
And they see it, Joel. You know, like, for example, one of the bathrooms we're doing at the moment, which is our first job with gyms, you know, when we went through demolition stage, we had seen that, you know, there was no waterproofing done afterwards in the bathroom. And there's a couple more besides gyms that we've come across, but this is just the gyms one that we've come. There was no waterproofing. So the client's always going to be coming around to see what we're doing. But when they see the work ethics that we've got and the systems that we've got in place, all the insurances are in place, you know, with your waterproofing, electrical, plumbing and whatever else, they visually see that and they're like, you know, they're probably thinking, thank God we went with gyms, you know, if it's, they're doing it right. So from that process on, they know that we're in line with, you know, our regulations and obviously doing the work to the best standard.
Yeah, I was going to say, here's a perfect example of, maybe if you can just slide over a little bit. So here's very common. So the floating vanity, top mount basins, a couple of wall mount mixers and shaving cabinets as an option for storage. So a lot of clients decide to go for that. And the reason for that is storage, right? So when they come out and showcase their beautiful bathrooms, there's nothing left on the bench. It's all in there. That's a very common thing that we see from our clients.
Changing from mirror to a shaving cabinet.
Yeah, heaps. So we help them through that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like, yeah, if we see walk in, and especially me, even at quote times before Alex gets to see the bathroom, if I see, okay, they've got a shaver there sitting on the vanity, or they've got, you know, a couple of items there, I'm like, okay, if they're going to be spending this kind of money on their bathroom, they're going to want to show it off to their friends. So that's where our expertise comes in and goes, hey, what do you think of this? Help guide the client through some of their selections, you know?
Absolutely. I was going to say as well, I ask this question to every one of the guys. Return on investment. Like for me, I always hear from real estate agents and stuff, you know, bathrooms and kitchens are the two things that really do add value to your home. So how much, in your opinion, can it add value from your experience from the years? I've always asked this question to everyone, and everyone's giving me a slightly different answer, but it's always a positive answer.
Like, how long is a piece of string? Like, it depends to the client's budget, their requirements, their finishes.
I've got a perfect example, actually, and this was last year. So last year, closed off a job in Rowville, so our hometown. The investment was $200,000, and that investment was on a lot of the house. It wasn't just bathroom; it was multiple areas of the house. By the time they had done that, so this was 3 bathrooms, kitchen, and a couple of other things was done to the house. The house was bought at $950 plus stamps. By the time they had holding costs and everything like that, call the holding costs another $40,000. The house would have been $1,052,000, so call it 1.1, then $200,000. So the bank valuation on the house, so say this house in total was costing them, I think it was about 1.29, and immediately straight after the 1.29, after all their costs involved and everything like that, the bank, this is not market value, this is bank valuation, came in at $1.4 million.
Jeez.
So
there you go.
They immediately made a profit of $112,000 from the bank and not from there. That's
amazing. The reason why I asked it, because I think you listen to real estate agents, they always say the bathroom and the kitchens are the most important parts in the house. Yeah. And they really do add value to the home if people want to think of what can I do to improve this place? Bathrooms is first.
Joe, you can easily add $100,000 to the value of a house if everything, you got your floating floorboards and it's just a toilet, bathroom, kitchen, or in that sort of area. Even just doing them alongside each other, either or vice versa, doing a kitchen because your bathroom's done or bathroom kitchen. You automatically put I'd say close to 100.
Yeah, well, if you're doing that amount of work, you most commonly we can't.
Yeah, I don't know. Not guarantee. We're not. Yeah, we can't guarantee.
Ball, I'd be really wealthy. It always is a scary thing investing in anything, and it's not just bathrooms. I mean, people work hard for their money when they're investing. It's always that notion of worry. In renovations, though, on an existing property that's dated, I will say you're pretty safe.
Yeah, no,
you're definitely going to get back more.
Yeah, that's why to point it out for people because I think that's the one thing. Yeah, treat it as an investment. Plus, you get to enjoy it as well whilst you're there.
Yeah,
and then it's going to add value. And I think that bathrooms and the kitchens are the two things.
Yeah, you can work off. I mean, the most lowest, easiest formula I suppose that I can think of is if you spend 50, you spend 100, you're going to make 100. You spend 200, you might make 400. Yeah, so
yeah.
Generally, what you spend, you'll double down. You get to enjoy, obviously the amenities and the new renovations, the fruits.
Absolutely. And you mentioned renovations as well. So can you do kitchens and you can do other things besides bathrooms like laundries and stuff? Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do it. Yeah. We do everything. Yeah, we've done
anything and everything.
Whole house interior. Before.
Really, whole house interior.
Yep. So we come from a background of doing a lot of renovations. I remember actually 2 years ago with a pretty designer kitchen for a property, and that was a 5-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. I wasn't with Alex on this one. This was one of my ones. We turned that 5-bedroom, 1-bathroom home into a 3.5-bathroom, 4-bedroom home. And I think internally, the walls that were kept were about 3 internal walls.
Jeez.
So,
yeah.
So 3 internal walls, garage extension, driveway, the whole lot.
The point is, if people are watching this, you can do way more than bathrooms, and they're just going to ask, and that's the main thing. You've got lots of experience doing, which is what I want to point out for a lot of the bathrooms guys I've interviewed. They can do more than just bathrooms and a laundry. You can do kitchens and a whole bunch of things, which I think is important to ask, and you get the same sort of guarantees in place, which I think is important. Now, I was going to say, with what other questions do you get from customers? Common questions that you get asked. Things like, do you get asked about finance, or do you get to pay it up front? What do you get asked about?
You know what? I had that from a client recently. Her name was Nina. She was a great client. She asked the questions directly. She asked the question of how does it work? Things like that. Is there a fee involved? Okay, to be honest with you, no, there actually isn't. So Jim's actually gives you up to $25,000 for a bathroom in finance, interest free, and a great way. Like, I thought that was so smart. Like, now clients have got the opportunity if they're short on some cash, which, look, in these times, in these days, everything's expensive. Yeah. So you go to the grocery store, no longer can you spend $150. It's $300 for a family minimum. So with that being said, sometimes people come up a little bit short. So that finance option is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And do you get asked about other things like timeframes or about your trade's license? Like, what are some common questions that you reckon you get from your perspective?
To be honest, like the way we've structured it with gyms is we've got a good flow going in the sense by the time I get to the operations, everything's sort of laid out for me to just go through the scheduling.
Set that up.
And and then I'll communicate with the client and then liaise with them, and I'll generally send them a schedule out, a copy and paste schedule out, and just text it to them so that they know. But as well, I do touch base that if any encounters come, which do come in construction, I'm always liaising with the client, but at least we've got a scheduling system that gives them an indication of start to finish. And our start to finish is, generally 4 weeks, but we do it 4 to 6.
On a single, I was about to say that, correct. You took the words right out of my mouth. So on a bathroom, it's generally going to be 4 weeks on a cookie cutter bathroom. A cookie cutter bathroom is, plaster walls, not a lot of things are moving. And even if they are moving a little bit, it won't add that much time. So generally 4 weeks is a good, safe bet that you're going to be back to showering in your bathroom again.
I love hearing what you guys are saying because everyone's been consistent. I've interviewed a lot of franchisees from bathrooms, and you guys all very say similar timeframes and similar things, which is great for customers to know. Just so you get that consistency. Doesn't matter which franchisee you use, you're going to get top quality experts with what they do. Now, from the customer side, what are things customers normally ask for? Like, what's the trends at the moment? You've got an example of a bathroom you've done recently in the background. Like, what are the sort of the things that people want to have done, or what are some styles or things
That's on me. Yeah, I get that. I get asked those questions a lot. Yeah, that, like I said, that floating vanity's a big one now. Everyone wants a floating vanity because they can just clean under it.
Yep.
It's a great option as well. Like if you've got say you've got a shower, a vanity, and then the bath is there, having that floating vanity allows you to clean right next to the bath, right next to the shower. It's just easier. Some people want it to the floor for that extra storage space. The herringbone sometimes comes up. So the herringbone pattern just behind me.
Yep.
That comes up, and that's in a subway tile. Really good, inexpensive way of making a bathroom or a renovated area look great. Yeah. So that complementary feature wall, that feature wall in general comes up quite a lot. So feature walls are great now. I see a lot of greys. So see how that's a lot mid-grey. I see mid-greys. I see light greys. I'll sometimes see a soft beige. We also, what's really in now and probably wasn't in 10 years ago, but I actually love it, is the light gold, that light French.
Yes.
So looks so great. I love it.
Awesome. And I was going to say as well, is there anything you guys can't do? Because it sounds like you can do pretty much anything in a home. Is it, or maybe it's a client wants something sometimes which they can't do, like then you work around with it, or how do you do it?
I got taught when I was young, the customer's always right, and Sam's taught me as well, no matter what, there's always a way around it.
We try and avoid, so our division tries to, one thing I actually know that we do try and avoid is extensions. I don't want to be doing extensions on a home.
Yeah.
This is something that you really have to be set up for. So as mentioned before, we like to focus on internal renovations.
Yeah.
So internal renovations are usually what we're after. That scenario where we extended the garage and things like that, it's very rare for us. We don't really want to do that. We know how to. The how-to is definitely there, but we try to focus on internal renovations.
And you mentioned something about waterproofing before, and I want to ask about that because a lot of waterproofing, and we bought an older place and some issues with waterproofing and stuff. So how common is the waterproofing thing that wasn't done?
I've seen about 4 jobs in the last 1 year, 1.5 years.
With no waterproofing?
Yeah.
I've not done.
Can't disclose the addresses or the
Yeah, it's very common.
It's very common.
It's very common.
Some spot fixing, spot gluing with tiles. I mean, we've seen it all. But look, I'm upset for the clients, but I'm kind of happy for ourselves because it just means that we get more work and we're more trusted.
Yeah.
Especially working with gyms, like we're just going to grow and grow and grow with our reputation. So it's good in that sense, but it's heartbreaking for a client, when they're working, they've got a bathroom upstairs and there's no waterproofing, they're finding leaks coming downstairs.
Yeah. Happened to me, mate. So it's happened to me, my joint. Yeah, don't worry about that.
And we're just like, I'm on the edge of my seat, like, what is going on? But it's like I said,
at your joint, you've got I just saw an opportunity there at yours.
No, don't worry.
Bathroom job, come and service your house as well.
No, when we get the cash, we'll be doing it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. It's sort of good interview on the bathrooms, guys, because I can learn all about it. But yeah, we had a place upstairs, and I don't think the waterproofing was done well. And we got a bedroom downstairs, and it was bloody dripping downstairs and putting like a thing in the plaster. So we had to bloody get new plaster and do a patch job upstairs. So we're going to do that bathroom eventually upstairs. We're going to redo the whole thing, and it will be of Jim's bathrooms. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we've seen it all. We see it a lot. One of the things that we're really meticulous on is we don't have a carpenter doing your plastering or a tiler doing your electrical or a chippy touching your electrical. So the way our area is set up and our company is set up, all our trades are licensed and all our trades are specialized in their field. So rest assured, you're going to have a carpenter doing your carpentry work, plasterer doing your plastering work, a tiler doing your tiling work, even to the point where some people use a tiler that has a waterproofing license. And usually they're pretty good, but we're so meticulous that we have a waterproofer that's dedicated waterproofer. If my room's not ready, he'll walk away. If he doesn't like the room, it has to be perfect for him to waterproof it and to guarantee it. So that's just another level of I guess security for the client to know that their job's getting done right.
Because you can get waterproofing done. There are waterproofers out there, but we're very selective in the team that we've selected. So instead of getting a waterproofer that just does, okay, that's a shower area. Yep. Oh, there's no water on that side of the bathroom. We're not going to deal with that. I'm not going to go in too much details of our trade secrets. But essentially, like, we get a waterproofer that does the job properly over and beyond.
Yeah, he does.
If that makes sense.
Which is so important because,
and that's the essential part of what we do in our bathrooms is we go above and beyond, and we treat every job like it's our own. You know, like if I was walking my own bathroom, what would I like to see? You know, and through both our experiences,
yes, absolutely,
it just gels together and it just works. And obviously with gyms in the background, it's working so good. So far, so good. I mean, it's only been a month. So.
Yeah, and how, income-wise, obviously, it's only early days, but have you been happy with what you've been able to generate from the business so far?
We've got a little leaderboard happening at the moment. So,
I heard about this thing Steve's doing, this leaderboard thing. Is that from Steve or was it with you guys?
I was skeptical of it at the start. It's now driven me to work harder.
He's gamifying it in a way. If you're competitive in any way, it's going to definitely get those competitive juices flowing.
Oh, do not ask my wife if I'm competitive, mate. She hates it. Yeah, I don't know. For me, second is not first. Well, that's how competitive I am, Joel.
Well, it's a good competition, though. It's all, you know, is it revenue based, is it? Or what is it? Number of bathrooms? What's he got on the actual stats?
Those lead closes.
Leads closed. No, your job closed.
It is revenue based. Okay. Correct. Yeah. It's revenue based. Now I think how many of us in Victoria? I can't remember. There's not like 2 or 3. There's a lot more than 2 or 3 boys in Penman. Is 8? Is it? I think there's 8. Is there? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's around 8. Yeah, there's around nearly 30. I think it's around 30-something guys in the division now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone's loaded their stuff on there, but we're second at the moment.
Or what'd you say before? You gotta get up.
Yeah, ticket is up first, so they're like, no. Nah, but there's some really good operators. So we had a bit of a group chat, and I actually knew one of the gyms bathrooms guys before I joined. His name's Sam as well. He's a great
The guy in Dandenong with, he's got his own showroom and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, he's a great operator. Sam, you're in safe hands with him as well. Like, the other guys seem really great as well. I haven't met them in person yet, which we will, soon enough. But I actually knew Sam, and he's a great operator as well. So you're
he's got a great business. So I was going to say as well, real quickly, with the customers, like, are they, like, with their fixtures and all that sort of stuff, like the bathtub and things, do they go via you and you send them to a supplier? Or how does that sort of work from that? How does that work? Yeah.
Correct. So if they want an all-inclusive, we have our partnered showrooms. So we send them the addresses, the partnered showrooms. They mention who we are. The people in the showrooms will make a short list. If the clients ask me, hey, Sam, do you reckon you could come out there, meet me? I'm a little bit unsure of this and that and things like that. I don't know. Can you give me some advice on tiles? What have past clients used? What do you think will go with my house? I'll always say to them, look, I'll give you the advice. It's ultimately your decision, but I'm always here to help. So if they need me to come out to a showroom for the tiles or the tapware or the bathroom wear, I do meet my clients out there.
That's cool. That's good because it can be overwhelming sometimes, I think, with the options available. So they need your help with it. Is there anything else, boys, I should ask you that I haven't asked you that you think would be valuable to clients?
Just keep trusting us.
Keep trusting.
keep trusting our.
I think 40 years of experience they get access to from you guys, plus everything else we've been speaking to, is just such a good benefit for customers. And I think with trades and stuff, like I've had a mate didn't use gyms for bloody renovation stuff, and he had a horrible experience. I was like, mate, why don't you use gyms? We have the work guarantee and stuff like that. And he's like, bloody, I'm just going to do it next time. So I just think with people of trades, I think there's less trust in trades than what there used to be, I think. And everyone knows how hard it is to get a reliable trade.
And I get that all the time. So I have clients, like a bit, you could see that the
hesitation,
the hesitation, the words hesitation. Yeah. You can see the hesitation when a client's engaging a builder to do their renovation because they've heard so many horror stories.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why we always get a DBI on every job. So that's your domestic building insurance. Us as builders, we have an implied warranty. So our 10 years, structurally, our 10 years waterproofing, and then there's some other years for certain parts of the bathroom that we have to do by law. But the DBI is an additional warranty. Like, how can I explain it? So if you pay, $3-4 grand for your car per year, and that car's a $50,000-$60,000 investment, say you're paying a DBI on a bathroom for let's just say it's less than that, and it goes for 6 years. So your DBI covers you for 6 years structurally. The reason for that is, okay, say we were to go insolvent, or something was to happen to us medically and we can't organize our staff, we're no longer doing this business, or we're just, say this is not the case, but other builders walk away from the job and just don't pick up calls and things like that. That DBI is that warranty. So if we do something wrong by you, you can call up, engage that warranty, and then they start coming after us. So we've got a reason to do everything properly.
Absolutely. And to be honest, I haven't heard of one issue with the bathrooms division. So I work pretty closely with Jim, and I hear a bit about warranty claims and stuff like that. And I haven't heard anything from bathrooms at all yet. So I think that's a really, really good sign for the team and the quality of people, not only the franchisees, but who you guys engage to help with the job as well. I think that's really, really good and really, really impressive, because I think with these types of things can go wrong. And I haven't heard of one issue so far in the division. So it's a credit to yourself and to Steve as well for what you guys have built.
Thank you.
Cool.
Right.
Is there anything else I should ask you that I haven't asked you that you want to say?
I think we covered heaps. What do you reckon, Joel?
Yeah, I think that's.
Well, I'm just trying to think more for your stuff, like you can chuck in your email. So we'll cut it up. I'll do some videos for you and we'll cut them up and we can give them to you and use them in your email signatures and stuff. I would recommend. But yeah, we can talk off camera about that. But look, boys, I think if someone's thinking about Jim's Bathrooms and you're watching this, guys, I think just call 131546 and away we go. What a great team we've got, and great to meet you guys and hear your story. You know, people are in great hands. And as I said, when we get the money to do my bathrooms, it will be with Jim's Bathrooms. So
Thank you.
I think it's a great division, and it's highly trusted in an industry which doesn't have much trust at the moment.
One thing that the last thing I probably wanted to touch on is, like, yeah, this division is great, but credit to Jim's. Like, after going through that training process and the effort that you guys have put in, especially that backup of Jim's, it didn't happen overnight. Yeah. So
That took a long time.
and I don't think people see how many staff members and how many people it takes to ensure that Jim's clients are in good hands. So
That's a good point.
there's a huge team behind Jim's. And at the training, I saw that, like, the amount of people it takes to run this company correctly, to make sure that everyone's safe, it's outstanding.
I appreciate that. So, guys, thank you very much for your time today on the podcast. If you're interested in bathrooms, it's simple, 131546, or head to the website, Jim's Bathrooms or jims.net, and request a free quote, and you're in good hands with the boys. So appreciate your time today.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the episode of the Gyms podcast. If you want to learn more about the Gyms Group, head to gyms.net or call us on 131546 Australia or 0800 454 654 New Zealand. And if you did like the episode as well, please make sure you leave a review or a comment or a thumbs up or a comment on the video as well. We appreciate your support. And until next episode, we hope you have a great week.